Hello, I'm Hugh Ross, and I'm here with our visiting scholar, Jim Painter. And Jim, we're going to talk about the green plants. We see it right in Genesis chapter 1, where it mentions, we humans are to take care of the green plants. So tell us what you think those green plants are referring to, and why all this attention on green plants that we see not just in this passage, but in many of the creation texts in the Bible.
Green plants are essential because if it wasn't for the green plant, we would have no energy in the biosphere. Because the sun provides the energy, but you strip down to your bathing suit, lay in the sun for 12 hours, and you burn to a crisp. You do it for 3 days and you're dead. You just can't absorb that energy. And so green plants do. And so they take the energy from the sun, and they take the carbon dioxide we breathe out, and they take water from the ground, and they make carbohydrates. And so the energy that's in the sugars and the fats and all the things that we eat, that energy and those chemical bonds came from the sun. The green plant, through photosynthesis, takes that energy, uses it to make that bond, and then we eat it, we digest it, and we get the energy. And so we have this indispensable relationship with green plants that provide all the energy that's available for us.
So if we don't take care of the green plants on planet Earth, we don't get to eat. None of the other animals get to eat. Nobody gets to eat, right?
That's exactly right. We think about it. It's just green grass. It's everywhere, plants. But, as we go along and the problems we're having with just population of the planet, it's so large now, we have to be aware of what we're doing to the green plants that are there and how important they are. Just for cooling, when you look at the planet and you look at the hot zones and stuff, it's places where there's no trees. You have a place with a lot of trees, it's cooler. You have cities that don't have, and it gets really hot there. And so green plants do just a variety of things besides giving us energy to function.
They transpire water to the atmosphere.
Right.
So like half the rainfall in the Amazon jungle comes from the plants that are there. So take away the plants and the Amazon becomes a desert.
That's exactly right. I always think about Sahara Desert. And at one time, it was lush. And just through changes and environment and things, now we have a desert. And now we have green lush over here. But we just need them. It's not like it's an option. We have to have them for energy.
And particularly the green plants that we humans eat, they have benefits providing us with more than just the energy needs. You want to talk about that for a minute?
Right. If we just had green plants to eat, we would die because we don't get enough energy from green plants. So we feed them to a cow, and the cow does, and we eat the cow. But the green plant provides us with so much to make our body function. So when you think about a little cup of spinach, it's just a little 1 ounce fluffy cup of spinach, and what it has over 100% of some of the nutrients that we need, like vitamin K. It provides nutrients, and the nutrients work as functional components of enzymes that do everything. Everything we do is sped along, slowed down, sped up by enzymes. And so we need these nutrients that are in spinach to be able to make those enzymes for our body to function.
Now, Jim, you've got a PhD in nutrition, so this is your area of expertise. And the thing that amazed me as an astrophysicist and looking at the history of the Earth, we didn't have grasses until 23 million years ago. So there wouldn't be the grains that we need for the energy, and there wouldn't be the green grass tissue that we need for the nutrients. And so it's like God at just the right time said, I'm going to be creating these future human beings.
Right.
This is what they're going to need. And so in one sense, when it says take care of the green plants, we should be especially paying attention to the grasses that are out there, because that's where we're going to get our energy. That's where we're going to get our nutrients. So I'd like you to amplify on that a little bit if you could.
They have so many things that we need. We're just learning about it now that we know about the genetics of the human body and how they function. And so people are born, well, it's just genetics. My dad had it, my mom had it, I'm just going to have it. Well, genes only function, they turn on and off. So the cells in our body are the same cells, but as you're developing, this becomes an eye cell, this becomes a bone cell, and then once we're fully formed, as we're functioning, we need to have certain things turned on and certain things turned off. And so what does that? We call that epigenetics. These green plants have a whole variety of things that I didn't even know about in 1975. We had figured out. We knew every nutrient, we knew the minerals, we knew the vitamins, we knew it all, we've got it. And then someone came up with a phytonutrient. What's that? That's other things that are in those green plants. That when you eat them, all that stuff that you eat just bathes your body, and all of these phytonutrients that are in there that turn on and turn off certain genes. Whether it's a tumor gene or a growth gene or an energy gene, your body turns them on and off according to the things you eat. And green plants have all of these wonderful things in them. And you just think it's not very important. I had a student come from Kuwait, and he's rich, and he's blind. He's got macular degeneration, and he's 22. And I said, what happened? And he said, well, we're wealthy. We don't eat green plants. That's for the poor people. And I said, you never ate a green plant? He said, no. He said, I ate meat all the time. And so we always had the best, and to come to find out, he ended up with macular degeneration that's incurable, and so he can't see right in front of his face. He can just see peripheral, and it's all because he didn't eat any green plants.
So were you able to persuade him to eat the green plants?
Well, he had already been persuaded. He's a nutrition student now, a master's student in nutrition, and he's eating them. But, I mean, all the way growing up, he just had the best of the best, and they had the best meats, and they ate it all. But green plants were for the poor people. And I thought, oh, man.
Wow.
So he ate none. They wouldn't eat them because they're for the poor people.
Right. Yeah. Now, you've also written articles that it's not just that these green plants benefit our bodies physically. There's a whole body benefit. So I'd like you to address that a little bit.
You know, when you look at the colors that are out there on the planet and how colors affect us, you look at all these beautiful things that you have and the colors in all the plant life, the fruits, the vegetables, and things. The green plant is another one. It's just pleasing to the eye to have that, to see that. And when you eat a salad, you've got this big bowl of a variety of green plants that are there, and it is appealing. You know, when you look at things that are white and plain, they're not as attractive, but the whole thing is God made the system so that we're going to desire the things that are colorful, they're beautiful, and you want to eat them. And I think of, you eat this green plant thing, this big bunch of green plants, and how important that is to our psyche, and how enjoyable it is to have this wide variety of colors as we're eating.
Well, it's like chefs that say, you know, one thing that makes for a good chef is the way you present the food, the colors that you put on the plate, the way you organize and shape it. So when people see the dish coming out from the kitchen, right away they say, this is really beautiful. And so it motivates you to eat it. And, you know, God, our creator, could have sustained us by making all food look brown like cardboard, taste like cardboard, have the texture of cardboard, the smell of cardboard. He could have done that. But instead he says, no, I'm going to make this food beautiful. I'm going to make it with great variety. So there's a range of smells and tastes and colors and structure. And so we see that in the green plants.
Right.
It's not just a single sheath like one kind of grass. We see all different kinds.
That's a fascinating idea. We did a study once and we had a brownie, and we said, what do you think of it? What's the color? What's the texture? How does it look to you? And they'd rate it. And then we put a garnish on there. And you think about it, what is a garnish? It's always a green something that you put on a plate to add some color. And I think, wow, that's interesting. I never thought about it before. That's just the plain stuff that God made. You make this beautiful thing, and you're making meats and vegetables, and you're making desserts and things, and wow, we got to garnish it with what? A green plant. I never even thought about that before, but kale is the number one thing you see on plates. They put green on there. Oh, that looks good. Add some green color to it.
Yeah, or they come up with a mint or something like that.
Or a mint leaf.
Or parsley.
Yeah.
But, you know, there's something beautiful about parsley and mint.
Yeah.
So, and God gave us the capability of actually appreciating the beauty. Yeah. I mean, you looked at the other animals. The other animals, it's quite clear they have no sense of beauty or aesthetics or elegance at all. It's unique to us humans, but it helps us get the food that we need to really maintain a long, healthy, productive life. So in closing, Jim, I think I could quote you in saying, eat your green vegetables.
Exactly right. If you're going to do anything throughout the day, get the green vegetables in it. You think of Americans, their toast in the morning, their sandwich at lunch, their meal at dinner. We can go through an entire day and have few to none of the green vegetables.
Right. We need that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Jim Painter's been with us as a visiting scholar. This is now your second visit with us.
Yes.
And we've already got a lot of material on our website. So if you want more about what Jim is doing in terms of research with us at Reasons to Believe, go to reasons.org, Jim Painter, and you'll find the stuff that's there. And Jim, we're looking forward to a lot more stuff that we're going to be posting from you. So thank you.
Thanks.